Hello, hello. This is Wednesday's pop-in video. Welcome to the Rell Show. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when we have new videos, which is all the time. Everything in this video is said and alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay? Yes. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful day today at work. Stress-free. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what we came to get into. I'm going to try to get on and off. I don't want to do a long video. We're going to kind of hit all the major points. As you guys know, we had Car Chronicles this morning. I did not get a chance to finish, so I'm going to kind of finish my information that I wanted to give to you guys this morning and do it in my pop-in video, okay, so that you guys can get all of the information that I had pulled for you guys, or that I prepared for you guys today. Okay, hi, thank you for coming in. You guys, please hit the like button as you come in. Thank you guys for being here. All right, so as you guys, you already see what's in the description in terms of what we're going to be discussing. I said hi. Okay, so Melody Shari, honey, Melody hints at possibly pressing charges or taking some type of legal action. Okay, yeah, so Melody, well, let me just say it this way. Y'all know Melody, whenever she's talking online, she always speaks, or whenever she's doing a live, she always kind of speaks like in codes. She don't really come out and say exactly what she's going to do or what she's talking about. But if you're smart, you can kind of read in between the lines in terms of what she's saying. Now you guys know that this whole recent revenge PORN situation between Martel, Ariane, and Mel, you know, that situation occurred. Melody kind of speaks on handling things, okay? Now, a fan wrote to Melody saying at Melody Shari, says that I hope that this includes prosecuting some folks, okay, to the fullest extent of the law allowed in the state of Alabama, even if it means adding restitution payments as well as garnishments if needed. Okay, it says if jail time cannot be granted because if jail time cannot be granted because they really need to stop playing in your face. All right, it says that enough is enough is enough. It says that if the supporters are sick and tired of the BS, then we know that you are sick and tired of the mess as well. Okay, and they're talking about the constant mess that's been going on with Martel, steady doing things. We've already went into what was going on with that. Okay, Melody responded to this particular I think it was on IG. Melody responded, says that I know that I hadn't even said that I had gotten this again. She says, but I want you guys to know that with legal things that you may not hear me comment much. She says, but just know that I'm handling business behind the scenes. And she put the strong arm emoji. Okay, she's saying that she is handling something behind the scenes in terms of legal action. So it's looking like she may pursue this situation, you guys, with the revenge PORN is what it's looking like. So that's probably why Ariane has been so quiet. I know you haven't heard of her. We talked about it the other day. Ariane has been very, very mute. Martel's really been doing all the talking. We haven't heard from Ariane since she popped on and tried to respond to Carson Blue's video, and then that was like days after. We kept saying, okay, where the hell is Ariane? I mean, Carson gave you a challenge to say, hey, this is something that you were participating in and that you're guilty of doing this, and this. She waited days, and I feel like she was getting her lies together and that she was getting her fake packing all this mess together so that she can have some type of fake proof looking crazy. And then she still hopped on there looking crazier, and she looked scared as hell. I feel like she knows that maybe something is going to be done, because that's a serious offense. Jail time definitely is attached to anytime that you threaten someone with revenge, PORN. And then the fact that Martel openly admitted that he did do that, and that he did send the actual picture to Melody. So, and we talked about the other day, whether you send a picture and or video, it is still it is still considered revenge, PORN, and that is against the law. Okay, definitely. So hopefully she is pursuing something on that, because he should not be able to have any type of, you know, authority over her to where he tell her that if she don't stop talking and if she don't stop responding, that he's going to share or, you know, put that type of information out on her. That's a threat. You cannot do that. And that's blackmail as well. It's a whole bunch of stuff attached to that. So I'm hoping that she does what she needs to do for future references, because at some point, eyes, he feels he can get away with anything. He feels people that can get him out of stuff. Hence the reason why he continues to taunt Melody and do the thing that he does, because I feel that he thinks that she's going to continue to just sit back, and that she doesn't want to see him locked up because he's the father of her kids. But at some point, you have to put your foot down. Okay, I really hope she does press charges. I would like to see that happen, because Martel needs to, and Ariana as well, the both of them needs to have a rude awakening for the stuff that they continue to do. Just the simple fact that you would even think about or even entertain being a part of creating a fake page and then pretending, you know, that this person, or pretending to be a man and saying that this person had some type of sexual reaction or action with someone that don't even exist. It's just crazy. That just shows how psychotic, and it shows how idle a person is. If Ariana had a job, if she had something going on in her life, she wouldn't have time to be, you know, engaging in this type of foolery. It's just sick. It's sick and it's twisted. It's very sick, okay? And then if Melody does go ahead and pursue this, she definitely needs to have Carson as her witness, because Carson, when I tell you have damn receipts, I was shocked whenever I saw her go live. And I follow her now, because damn, this girl, when I tell you she is so thorough, I was kind of iffy about her in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. When she first came out and started talking, I was like, oh hell no. I was really iffy. You kind of know ducks in a row when she has put some shit together. And I said in one of my lives, like, she does give information sometimes that you really don't want to hear, but it's a build up to the juicy stuff that you really do want to hear. She don't leave details out, and that's what I like. Sometimes she can come off as very long-winded, okay? But hey, she have her ducks in a row. That is the perfect person to use as a witness if and when Melody decides to go to court for this mess against Ariana and Martel, because damn, Carson gonna put that shit out there. She is gonna put them both on blast, because she has interacted with the both of them. She was friends with them, and then the simple fact that Martel is so mad and shook, saying, well, she's not gonna be on the show anymore, as if he has all this power. He is upset at the fact that this girl literally called him out and pushed him to the point to where he had to tell the truth, because he knew Carson was not gonna be quiet. And that's the problem with Martel. With a person like Melody, who continues to just ignore him and don't respond. Melody is slowly getting to the point now, if you guys notice, where she's speaking up. When she did that live where she said that this was a day of redemption or whatever it was that she said, when she was talking and telling about this whole situation and that she trusts Carson, Melody is slowly starting to come out and speak now. And that's a healing process. When you go through what you've been through with Martel, sometimes talking about it helps get over what you're going through, and it helps other people in the process. I don't think she realizes that, or maybe she does. Maybe she does, because you never ever realize what you're going through, somebody else is going through the very same thing. So, you know, it just helps to talk about things. And sometimes it's embarrassing, I get that. But if you can tell something in a way where you can help somebody else, I think that that's a great thing. Because everybody goes through some type of abuse, whether it's verbal, physically, mental, psychological. It's so many ways that a person can be abused. And she has a touch of all of those that she experienced from Martel at some point in time in her marriage and after the marriage, because it's still continuing. Yeah, it's still continuing to the point to where she says she has PTSD. That's dangerous, my God. And I think that's what Martel is hoping for. The fact that she's sitting home with PTSD and stressed the hell out and All that. He wants that. I believe he really wants her to flip and lose her mind, but I feel like she needs to start taking legal action whenever he does things that's out of order. Okay, I'm not just gonna file some papers with my attorney. I'm gonna file some papers through the courts, and I'm gonna press charges. Like pulling up to my house. We already saw where Melody talked about that, and she talked about that on the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, how he was sanctioned for coming to her house unannounced. Okay, he wasn't supposed to do that. He was trespassing on her property. He was asked to leave and refused. So she had to do what she had to do. He just feels like he can do whatever. Like he told her on one episode, my children are here, I can come here whenever I want to. No, you don't live here. You've never lived here. And the fact that she won't allow him in her house, he feels like he just has a right to come in her house, pull up in her yard, come over there anytime he wants because his children live there. And that's just not the case. People like that, you have to have rules and boundaries in place. And if they don't follow those rules, then there should be consequences, just like a child. If you tell them not to do something and they do it anyway, what happens after that? Or they will continue to keep trying you. And that's the mess that's going on with Martel. If she tells him don't come over there, don't do this, don't do that, he do it anyway, oh, she's just going to file a paper with the courts and nothing's going to happen. That's how he feels. But I feel like she needs to take that next step to show that she's really not playing with him. And it sounds like, according to her, that she is doing some things behind the scenes. So it's a build up. She already took the first step, which was filing for divorce from him. Now she's changed her name. Now she's getting to the point to where she is speaking out and taking action. So I'm happy to hear that with her, okay? Yeah, they need a rude awakening, Ariana and Martel. If they want to be together, that's fine. She don't care about him. Shit. That's why she filed for divorce. Melody don't care about no damn Martel. She just wants him to leave her alone, but he uses every opportunity like he did in the meeting trying to get her to shake his hand. He knows that she don't want to shake his hand, but Martel likes any type of attention from Melody, whether it's positive or negative. Even if she gives him a nasty look and roll her eyes at him, he loves that because that's showing him some type of emotion. He wants anything from her. Like he said in the Queen Sheba interview, well, we can call Melody right now. Of course you want to call her right now because nothing will make you happier than to sit there and have a conversation with her. And that's something that you all know she don't want to do. Oh, let's get her on the phone right now. He said it in another interview, I think with Carlos King. Let's call Melody right now. We can ask Melody right now. Like, Melody she ain't about to be talking to you. Well, I don't know what it is he be thinking. Do you think that you can do this much stuff to a person and they just pick up the phone when they see you calling? He really, in his crazy mind, thinks that this girl is checking for him like that after everything he's done. It's so damn crazy. I said, oh my God, bro. But yeah. So Melody did respond to this person. But like I was saying before, guys, I feel like Martel had a motive also to tap Melody's phone. We talked about this before, and I wanted to hint on that just a little bit because I was thinking about some stuff. I feel like Martel had a motive to tap Melody's phone. He said he didn't do it at the reunion, but I call bullshit, okay? Because you asked for Melody's phone records when y'all went to court for this custody case, all right? He asked for Melody's phone records and also for her social media password. So why, if the judge told you no, then why wouldn't your next step be to tap her phone if they tell you no? Does that make sense? You couldn't get it ordered through the courts for her to give it to you, which was an outlandish request anyway, according to Melody's attorney. And of course, according to the courts, because they didn't give it to you. So because you didn't get that in court, what better way to do things than to go to the next level and be the criminal that you are and try to tap her phone? Which then she was saying that his calls were ringing to her phone, which is how she knew that he had something to do with her phone being tapped, where she had to once again change her number. So I feel like he lied at the reunion, and I'll say allegedly, when he said that he didn't tap her phone, and he sat there looking crazy like that was just so far-fetched. But then you turn around in your court papers and ask the judge to render her phone records and her social media passwords. Okay? Now, and since the court said no, suddenly her phone gets tapped, which I found to be just so coincidental. I said, oh, that's so coincidental that her phone just out of the blue gets tapped when you ask for all this information and they say no. Absolutely fucking not, Martel. And now her phone is tapped. I said, wow. And also we're finding out that Martel, in addition to him messing around with somebody named Belinda, He is also messing with this girl named Erica, who also lives in Atlanta. This is why he's in Atlanta a lot, because he's down there on the host roll. Belinda also lives in Atlanta. So when he goes to Atlanta, he's not only seeing Belinda, but he's also messing with this other individual named Erica. We got names. We do names over here. Okay? Yeah, we do names over here. Who's Erica, Martel, if you're watching my channel? Or maybe we should ask Ariane, since she said she knows all the women that Martel messes with, and she don't care because she knows he messes with a legion of hoes. And you happy about that? You still sitting on wait after almost a decade, knowing that he's messing with him and her? Well, did I say him? Maybe. We'll say allegedly, because they did say that he was down there in a few suspect bars. But he's messing with this one, this one, this one, and this one. I mean, damn. And he's free to be with as many women as he wants, because he is now single. But it's just not a good look whenever you are trying to point the finger and call your ex-wife a hoe when you out here doing the very same thing. Or when you're doing what you're saying that she's doing. She actually is in a committed relationship with someone. She is in a committed relationship with someone. You, sir, not so much. You just out here fooling with anybody that you can fool with. Anybody that would give you some attention. Anybody that would give you some dome and you know, do some apple bobbing, because that seems to be what you like. Said and alleged this female's name is Erica. Or could it be somebody else? Could it be Eric? I'm going to say Erica because that's the name that was given to me. Female's name is Erica that he's messing with. So I wonder, does Belinda know that? Because he tried to say that Belinda was dating his friend. But we all know when guys, when they speak in certain codes, when they don't want to tell the truth about something or somebody that they're messing with, they always say, my friend. They start to say, well, my friend was this. When this friend really is them. And they're just trying to use that as a cover story. I know that trick. Okay, Caramel, we know some stuff. We know some stuff too over here. All right. You save this person's phone number in your phone as friend because you out with all these other women just in case they snatch your phone like old girl tried to do Jonathan Majors and be looking through your damn phone. Okay? So he's messing with some girl in addition to Belinda named Erica. It's so crazy. Martel is doing the most. And these women are just so stupid because it's not like you don't know that he's not messing with someone. And then Sheree's still running around claiming him as well, which is so damn crazy. She's currently on a press tour. Sheree is currently on a press tour, and in every interview, she is still claiming Martel. When clearly you've seen him out and about in them Atlanta streets with other women. 2 weeks ago, he was just out with Belinda at the Spider-Man premiere. She was dressed up like she was going on a date to a freaking movie premiere with Martel and Lil Knox. And then there's another young girl in Atlanta that he's also messing with. And I'm still trying to get who this person is too. I'm working on that too. Got my third eye on that too. We're going to keep exposing Martel because that's what needs to be done with his ass. A person who's so narcissistic like him don't like exposure. But that's what his ass is going to get because he needs that. For years, he sat there calling Mel, oh, you a hoe. You messing with this one. You messing with the attorney. You messing with my frat brother. Well, look at you, Martel. She didn't have no outside baby, but you did. Your track record proves that you a hoe over her any day. She didn't have no 10-year, no 7-year or 5-year relationship with no other person during the marriage, but you sure did. She didn't have a second phone that she hid upstairs under the cabinet when your back was blown, when your back was thrown out, and she was taking care of you. Melody said you were crawling up the stairs to get that second phone because that was your whole phone that you done hid upstairs, and you got caught. Here's a piece of work. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Now, this Erica person, from my knowledge and from what was given to me, Erica is supposed to be a friend of Belinda. So I'm trying to figure out how that happens that you are smashing Belinda and her friend, because it's saying that this Erica chick is a close friend of Belinda. So he's smashing Belinda and Erica, who are both friends. That's some trifling mess right there. That's too much of the sharing of the juices. That's too much for me. That's too much for me. And then this whole right of refusal stuff, to where he feels like Melody, he does not have to give Melody first right of refusal, but Melody has to give him first right of refusal. I find that to be very crazy, because you told Melody you wanted first right of refusal of the M&M kids, but you take your ass all the way to Atlanta and allow Belinda's babysitter, which is a man, to watch the kids. When you done left Huntsville, you ain't said nothing to Melody when the kids could have stayed right there with her. You ain't so much as sent her email, because you can't call her to say, hey, I got to go to a event in Atlanta. Can you watch the kids for me? You didn't even reach out to her, but then you chose one of your 20 people, as you tried to say she has. It's looking like you got 20. I'm starting to realize that anything that Martel is accusing Melody of is what he's doing. And I feel like he's trying to indirectly tell on himself. That's what it's looking like. Martel is indirectly telling on himself, because every time he is accusing Melody of something, we turn around and find out that it's the very same thing that Martel is doing, or the very thing that Martel is doing. That's the crazy part to me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Melody has 20 babysitters, so I'm taking her to court. I told her I don't want men watching my children, but now Belinda's babysitter is a whole man of the LGBTQ community, who you say you don't want watching your kids. You don't want Marcus watching them because he's of the LGBTQ community, but this babysitter's okay to watch them and go live and talk about your kids. How grown your child is, Boss Baby. That's what he was trying to say. She, children like Boss Baby act one way when the parents are around, but when the parents leave, then they're a whole different kind of child. How would you know that if you didn't watch her? How is she a different way around you when the parents ain't there? When you watched her is what we want to know. When did you watch her? How is she acting different around you? What do you describe as different? Because from what we know with Boss Baby always had a little sassy attitude, and we love it because that's her personality. As long as it ain't a disrespectful, sassy attitude, we can deal with it. We can deal with it. But it's the double standard that I have a problem with when it comes to Martel. I just have a problem with the double standard, all right? Now, I feel like also that Martel used the kids to create a custody case to find out who Melody was talking to, all right? Because he couldn't get personal information from Melody, so he used the kids in terms of saying he had a problem with her and how she was raising the kids and what she was doing with the kids, and the information he wasn't getting in terms of whenever she goes out of town, like he wanted to know when she was going out of town, and she told him, no, I'm not telling you. So then he uses the I'm going to take you to court in an effort to find out personal information about her. So I feel like Martel used the M&M kids in trying to find out personal information about Mel, because I just told y'all about the phone records, and I just told you guys about some other stuff that he was asking for, which I said was very outlandish, and so did Melody's attorney. Okay, he wanted to know when Melody was flying in and flying out. That's none of his business. Like, why do you need to know that? Are you gonna try to break in her house and hide cameras in her house? I feel like that's why he wanted to be in her house, so maybe he could drop it or hide a camera in her house so he can be listening. I'm glad she told him no. I'm glad she told him no, you cannot come in my house. She would only let him sit on her porch, and he was mad as hell. And a person that mad and pressed that they can't come in your house is for a reason. Y'all think about that. He tried to say it was hot, but you got out of your car, which had air conditioner. You were sitting in your car with air conditioner. Think about it. If you're that hot, why do you get out of your car where you pumping the air conditioner and you're cool to sit outside on a step when you could have sat in your car? If she's telling you she don't want you in her house and you choose to get out of your car, out of the air conditioner, to sit outside in the heat, talking about, oh, it's 90 degrees out here. Okay, get back in your car. I feel like he was mad as hell because he had planned. He went over there with that stupid ass wine. Y'all remember the episode where he went over there with that wine, talking about he want to come in there and sit down and talk to Mel. Mel was like, no, you're not coming in. You've never been in my house, and I don't want you in my house. He said, well, I invited you in my house. He tried to use that as a reason as to why she should invite him in. But she was like, no, you've never been in my house. I don't want you in my house. So I feel like he had, because y'all know they have those little cameras that you can fit in the palm of your hand. that nobody can even see. You can plant that somewhere and hear everything a person is saying, and you can see things. If a person plant that in your house, that's why too you got to be careful allowing certain people in your home. If you don't trust a person completely, people can hide things in your home and be watching you from their house or from any location. Did y'all know that? I saw that on a movie once too, and I was just like, shit. That is some crazy shit. He is just that obsessed. I feel like he was going to do that. Because he's just that crazy. If you were willing to try to tap my phone and you weren't successful at it, that shit was crazy. Well, Mel said all his phone calls were ringing to her phone. So you couldn't even say that I didn't do that. Because that's your shit coming through my phone. And then get into court and ask for my social media passwords and ask for phone records because you want to know who I'm talking to. You gonna plan some shit in my house. I don't put it past you. I'm serious. I ain't even trying to be funny, y'all. I promise you, I feel like that's something he was going to try to do if he could have got himself in that house. And I'm glad she stuck with the no, you're not coming in here. He tried it with them roses. And she left them out in the garage. Melody is always a step ahead of Martel, and that pisses him off because he always feels like he can outsmart her. But I feel like he keep forgetting she did his fucking homework. If the woman had to do your homework, that tells you she's smarter than you. So at some point, it would seem like he would just stop trying stuff. Don't it seem that way? If I got to do your homework, that means I'm smarter than you. So why you keep trying stupid shit when it comes to me, thinking I ain't going to figure it out? He ain't smart enough to, he's not smart. Martel's not smart enough to know when to quit. And then he's got somebody who's even dumber working with him, which is Ariane. Because how you concocting a plan to release some revenge porn, to pretend to be somebody else, but then tell somebody else so that they can put you on blast? What kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? This is the same ass dummy who was trying to do an ATM heist and was parked in a rental car in plain sight where the police pulled up behind him, and they all got arrested. So really, Martel messed it up for everybody. You didn't even have enough sense to hide in an alley. You parking in plain view to where the police officer pulled right up behind you, and everybody gets arrested because you are in a rental car, which I believe they said was supposed to have been turned back in. So they rented a car to do an ATM heist. Just dumb as hell. Just dumb as hell. I said, damn. Y'all. I said, this shit here don't get no more funnier than this. I'm just like, you can't even make it up. Like, you cannot even make it up. It don't make no sense to be this damn stupid. It don't make no sense to be this stupid. Okay? But, Martel, I think he needs to just stop. Just stop, Martel. Move on, sir. Leave this woman alone. Y'all co-parent. At the end of the day, everything that you're trying is not working. Honestly, like I said before, I really hope Melody pursues charges with this revenge P thing, because he has shown this video to other people. Okay? Martel has shown this video to other people. I feel like Marceau have seen this video. Okay? Because he and Marceau are like this. I don't put it past him to have shown that video to Marceau. And this is why he kind of sees Melody in another way. Think about it. Every time he sees Melody, he has these eyes for Melody. When he invited Melody to Black, when him and Tisha was supposed to be on this fake date, think about it. Think about it. This is why he looks at Melody in a flirty type of way, because he's seen her in a compromising type of way due to Martel. Oh my God. Y'all know my crazy mind always, my brains be spinning, y'all. He look at her in that way, in a way that he don't even look at Tisha. Marceau's facial expression and his eyes lit up when Melody walked in the room to Black to have a conversation. Melody was like, you could have called me to tell me this. Like, why did you need to have me come here? He's seen her in a compromising position in that video. So when he looks at Melody, it's like in a whole different type of way, because he's seen her differently than he's supposed to see her. Okay? Yeah. Ariane have been sitting back watching this video to her own admission. She's seen it. Which is sick as hell. Somebody that you don't even like. I'm not sitting and watching no video of a man and his wife. How sick do you have to be? You can't stand this person, but you will sit there and watch a video of this person in a compromising position. That says a lot about how he feels about you and how he respects you, to make you sit and watch him and his ex-wife in a sexual position when he say he care about you. That's nasty and sick as hell, if you ask me. But I really feel like Martel has been showing different people that video because he's mad as hell. And that makes him feel good inside to put Melody in a place to where she's embarrassed, to where when people see her, if you guys go back and notice this past episode, when they had the meeting, right before Martel went around the table to try to shake Melody's hand, Marceau didn't even greet Melody. He didn't try to shake her hand. He didn't go up to her and hug her. He went straight to Kimmy and greeted Kimmy and went and sat down. Did y'all notice that? Melody don't have nothing for him. And any way that Martel feels about Melody, that's the way Marceau feels. But he still has this same little flirty way about him when it comes to Melody in terms of how he looks at her. And I feel like because of that damn tape that video that Martel has that he's been showing. And I feel like I said, Melody does need to take some type of legal action, because that is just not cool. And if he does happen to get upset and post it somewhere, that's going to really F him up even more. And the simple fact that he did send it to her phone, even though it was her in the video, it's still considered revenge, PORN, even though he sent it to her and she's in the video. So I hope that she does go ahead and pursue charges against this. Yeah, I really do. I really, really do. And put an end to this mess. And I feel like that will put a stop to Martel and his shenanigans in terms of trying to embarrass her because she left him, okay? But that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to have a little chit chat to finish up my car chronicles from this morning that I did not get a chance to finish. If you guys did not get a chance to check out the car chronicles video from this morning, check it out. We had a great discussion. We talked about some tea. We talked about a lot of things. So yeah, check that out and please hit that like button when you do. All right. Also, subscribe to this channel if you did not. Thank you, mods, for doing an awesome job. And any content creators that joined us in the live as well. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Caramellians, for your support. Again, thanks for over 10K. We are growing. We're still growing. Thank you guys so much for that as well. All right, let's get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. We will have Car Chronicles in the morning. All right. Love you guys down. Be safe and goodbye.